and welcome to Preppy, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. Today we have with us Mahish. Over to you, Mahish. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Sanjita. Hello, everyone. My name is Mahish Kohli, and I have recently got my Australian visa, and I'm really happy I'm moving Australia. And all thanks to Preppy for that. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Mahish. And yes, he's moving to Australia within a week. And I'm so glad you found out time for the interview. So, what were your scores like?
Yeah, I scored pretty well. I scored, I believe, 9 bands in the listening part,
Mm-hmm.
and 7.5 in the reading section, as well as this in the speaking section.
Mm-hmm.
And most hopefully, which was most important, the 7 in the writing, which is the most problematic one always.
That's amazing.
And
Congratulations.
overall an 8 band. And yeah, thank you so much. Thanks to Preppy.
Yeah,
Thanks to you,
wonderful. So,
Sanjita. Mhm.
you're welcome. Such a wonderful score, like a perfect 9 in listening,
Mhm.
7.5 in reading and speaking,
Mhm.
7 in writing.
Mhm.
Now, before we move ahead, I want you to tell the strategies or how you prepared for each and every module. Like pick one at a time and tell the audience what was your preparation like and how did you manage to score the scores that you did.
Okay, so considering it to be a little lucky on my part, because I am a convent educated student, so English was never a very big problem for me. But as it comes to, let's talk about listening first. The
Mm-hmm.
listening thing is, the problem was not listening to English. The problem was understanding the accent in the English.
Mm-hmm.
So because I am myself very interested in this English movies, Hollywood movies, American sitcoms. So slowly, gradually, I developed interest in all those stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
then my ears got adapted to the accent. But
Mm-hmm.
again, to catch British accent, because IELTS you have in British accent,
Mm-hmm.
I would tell a secret. I have watched many episodes of Peppa Pig. There's a cartoon for children, the Peppa
Okay.
Pig, but that's very good. I mean, it goes very slowly because it's for kids, and they
Mm-hmm.
enunciate every word, and so it's a good for practice. So that's how I did listening. I also practice some modules from YouTube, and of course, I got some practice from the Preppy as well. And then about the reading section, this was not my first IELTS score. I
Mm-hmm.
could have scored better in the reading section. I got
Mm-hmm.
a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier in IELTS exams, I have also scored like an 8 and 8.5. This time I got nervous, which one should not get. The
Mm-hmm.
best way to prepare for the reading part is you should look for the questions. That's what I've learned. You look for the questions into the paragraph. You don't have to understand each and everything. Just get the gist and look at the questions and know what you're finding in the answers. That's the
Mm-hmm.
key for the reading part.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as writing goes, all thanks to Previv, all thanks to Previv, because this was, I believe, my sixth attempt in IELTS, and five of them I took without Previv. The one I took with the help of Previv, I could score 7 in the writing band. The writing was always the problem, always the problem. I write very well from my side, but for a novel, for a poetry, not for an essay, it has to be organized. So
Mm-hmm.
Eve teachers taught me how to organize my essay, how to make a beginning, how to make an ending, how to make a body paragraph, how to give an examples. I was doing everything, but it's sort of in a mixed and hodgepodge kind of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
when I organized my essays, believe me, Sanjita, I scored 7 in writing. I could have even scored an 8. It was
Mm-hmm.
my bad. It was on my bad that day I got nervous and I scored 7. But with the help of Preppy, I could have even easily scored it. So
Mm-hmm.
writing is something. Just follow your teachers. Whatever your teachers tell you, just follow. Don't become like a novelist. Don't become creative. Yeah, don't do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just organize your answers. Just follow your teachers. And
Mm-hmm.
as far as speaking goes,
Mm-hmm.
I believe what just be natural. That again, that was what taught to me by my teacher only. That
Mm-hmm.
you should be very natural. Don't think of putting in words deliberately, like tough words.
Mm,
Most of students do that. They like put in tough words. So
mm.
the best thing is just be natural. Just try to explain what you're feeling. Just come out naturally, and you'll do well. That's that.
Absolutely.
It's all
Right.
about saying natural. It's all about expressing yourself. Yeah.
Right. Wonderful, wonderful. So basically, I'll just kind of pick up the key points from
Yeah.
conversation that we've had so far. So
Mm,
for listening,
mm.
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Really
Peppa Pig is very
Yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, that's
Mm,
the first
mm,
time somebody has brought
mm,
it up.
mm.
Uh, and that's interesting. Like you're watching
Yeah.
a cartoon to learn or
Mm,
get used to a certain
mm,
accent.
mm,
That's nice.
mm,
And then moving on to reading, you said
mm,
that we are supposed to, which is very important, something
mm,
that you just mentioned is that
mm,
we should not be understanding each and every word or
mm,
each and
mm,
every sentence of the passage. That is
mm,
not what we are
mm,
supposed to
mm.
do. The agenda of the reading test is to find the right answer.
Yes.
You can find the right answer even if you have not read the entire
Mm,
passage. So you
mm,
just have to locate the keywords and you
mm,
can easily
mm,
pinpoint the sentences where
mm,
the keywords fall
mm,
and just read those sentences
mm,
to come to your answer.
mm,
In fact, this is what I have also told a lot of students in the classes as well, that we can straight away find the answer to question number 7 without even going through the other questions if we have
mm.
you know,
Yeah.
just
Mm,
the keywords.
mm,
And well said, we don't
mm,
have to understand each and every word. It's
mm,
just the keywords that are
mm, mm,
important.
mm,
Moving on to writing, of course, follow the path, follow the guidelines given
mm,
to you by your
mm,
trainers.
mm,
It is highly subjective.
mm,
Like listening and reading, your writing and speaking tests are subjective, they're not objective. So
mm,
you need to understand what the examiner is looking for in your answers. And
mm,
that can only be told to you by a
mm,
certified trainer. I wouldn't
mm,
even ask you to go to your, you
mm,
know, school teacher, school English
mm,
teacher, college
mm.
English teacher, or like a professor, even if they hold a PhD, because they
Mm.
don't know what the examiner is looking for.
Exactly.
They would probably evaluate your speaking or your
Mm,
writing
mm.
as per their understanding of English,
Yes.
which definitely is not wrong, but that
Yeah.
is not what
They're
this
looking for.
particular
Mm,
test demands,
mm,
right? So you need to go to someone
mm,
who's certified to
mm,
train
mm,
for the IELTS test or
mm,
whatever test you're
mm,
taking, even if it's for CELPEP or PTE,
mm,
so
mm,
that you can understand the
mm,
demands of the
mm,
test or what the examiner is looking for. So feedback is really important in
mm,
these two
mm,
tests, I mean, writing and speaking.
mm.
And
Definitely, yeah.
yeah, and I'm not sure if you mentioned how you dealt with speaking.
Try on focusing on using simple language. Try on focusing on expressing yourself rather than impression. Just try on expression. People
Right.
generally work on impressing someone. That's where
Yes,
they go wrong.
absolutely. So I would like to highlight one thing here. It's not an interview.
Yes.
You don't have to impress them. You're not there to
Mm,
get a job.
mm,
It's just a conversation between two
mm,
people wherein
mm,
the other person is just trying to
mm,
evaluate your
mm,
skills, your speaking
mm,
skills.
mm,
That's it. You're
mm,
not there to impress them. And I
mm.
often laugh about it and say that don't try to become Dr. Shashi Tharoor by, you know,
Yeah. Mm,
adding some big
mm,
fat fancy
mm,
words,
mm,
complicated words that you're yourself not sure about,
mm,
be it the
mm,
pronunciation of the word or
mm,
the meaning of the word, and you're just using it
mm,
because you want to, like just for the
mm,
sake of it.
mm,
So definitely don't do that, and be as natural as you can
mm,
be. However, when I say that you don't have to use complicated words, it does not mean that you keep using the same words over and over again. Yes,
mm,
definitely use synonyms, use
mm,
variety of different words which don't
mm,
necessarily have to be complicated,
mm,
right?
mm,
So that's amazing.
mm.
And moving on to the next question, which attempt was this? Because you did mention this was not your first attempt.
Well, this was my sixth attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, I had all prepared by myself with
Mm-hmm.
for the journal IELTS exam as well as academic. I have taken both the exams previously. This was the academic exam, and I highly and that was a very bad idea preparing by yourself. I used to think that, okay, I'm very smart enough. I know the language. I'm confident educated. I speak very well English, so I'll be able to crack IELTS as well.
Mm.
And I thought that all this coaching industry, what they're doing is they are like swindling
Making
away money from people, and they are that all those rookies are there and that the teachings. I That was my perception about
oh
the coaching industry. Okay, so I didn't take any coaching, but then after I did, I realized, okay, if I would have taken this earlier, it would have saved me a lot of money and time as well.
true, true.
Yeah, it was my sixth attempt. Yeah,
Yeah, it was your sixth attempt, and that word rings a bell. I remember the very first conversation that we
swindle.
had.
Yeah,
I'll tell you the word that I'm talking about. The very first phone call that we had when you were inquiring about the courses, you did mention something about rookies, and I was like,
yeah,
okay, this is like a proper judgment on the entire industry. Having said that, it doesn't really mean that there are not such elements in the market. Definitely,
yes.
there are people who are just there
Mm,
to mint money,
mm,
but
mm.
we can't really generalize and, kind of put a blanket on everyone doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Obviously, there are people who are
my
genuinely
bad. I
good.
apologize for that earlier as well.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
I'm,
I
I would,
apologize again.
no, no, no. That's fine. That's fine. But no, I didn't even remember that. It just popped up when you used the word
Mm,
rookie. So,
yeah,
okay. All right. So this was your sixth attempt, and the
yeah.
biggest learning that we can, take up from this particular
Mm,
series of events that have
mm,
happened with
mm,
Mahish is
mm.
that you should actually invest your time, energy in money in preparing rather than taking the test again and again. This is
Yes,
something
yes,
that I've been
definitely.
telling students
Mm,
time and again, whoever has approached me, simply because you might try to, prepare by yourself, or you might take up coaching, because I mean you might end up taking up coaching from somewhere which is affordable or maybe cheap, and
mhm,
then is not of good quality, let's say, and then
mm.
you end up spending hefty amounts of money in retaking the test. Uh,
Definitely.
and then it's not just about money, it's also the demoralization that comes with it.
Mm,
So I'm pretty sure, even in your case, if this was your second or third attempt, you wouldn't have been as nervous as you were this
mm,
time, which is why
mm.
you were saying that you could have scored
Yes.
better in reading, or you
Mm,
could have scored better in speaking.
mm,
Because
mm,
at the back of your head, back of your mind, you always keep thinking that, oh my God, I hope I clear it this time.
mm,
I don't want to take
mm,
it all over
mm,
again, and I don't want to prepare.
mm,
And then of course things get delayed, like you're moving to Canada or
mm,
Australia or any
mm,
of those countries. So
mm,
yes, of course, make sure that you invest your time and energy in proper coaching, so that
mm,
you take the test for once and for
mm.
all. That's your
Yeah,
first and last attempt.
definitely.
I'm not obviously telling this to you, I'm telling
Mm,
this to the people
mm,
who are listening to us, that
mm.
be mindful of where you're investing your energy.
Yeah,
So
and to all those who are listening, I would just want to add this small thing
yeah,
that
sure.
see, all viewers, just mind this thing. It's not just about IELTS.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do in life, like even you learn to play guitar or basketball, anything, just
Mm-hmm.
hire the coach. Don't learn by yourself. This is a very big mistake people generally do. Okay, I'll do it from like YouTube, I'll do it from somewhere else. That's
Mhm.
wrong. That's a bad idea.
Right,
Get a
right.
coach. Yeah.
A-
Mm,
Absolutely. I agree. It's
mm,
difficult to digest this fact,
mm,
but
mm.
you obviously learn and understand this fact once you've gone through that
Yes.
process. You
Yeah.
realize
Yeah.
it, in
Yeah.
retrospect, that this is what I
Yeah.
should have done.
Yes.
So I hope people are mindful enough to take that, you
Mm,
know,
mm.
decision properly. And anything else that you would like to tell the viewers, any piece of advice that you would like to give before we close the interview?
As such, whatever advice I wanted to give, I believe I gave. That the thing is, the key points are that being natural, and
Mm-hmm.
rather than taking exam again and again,
Mm-hmm.
hire a good coach
Mm-hmm.
and practice by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and just try to practice as much as you can. For example, repetitions. So
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, if you want to, you identify the areas where you're weak. Supposedly you're weak in, let's say, listening. So what you
Mm-hmm.
do is do one listening test every day. The
Mm-hmm.
more you practice, the more you improve. So practice is the key. And just and before the exam, never ever study one day before the exam. If you are taking exam on Monday, just stop your studies on Saturday. Take Sunday, take it off, go
Yeah.
out with your friends, enjoy, and then with a chill mind, go and take exams. That's one more key point.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah.
Don't
Stay relaxed.
stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't stay up late a day prior. Don't take
Mm.
mock tests and kind of burden yourself. Take it easy so that you're fresh on the day of the exam. Because
Definitely.
a lot of our test is based on your concentration level and your attention span,
Mm.
especially the listening one.
Mm.
If you miss out on one sentence or if you miss out on one word,
Mm.
sometimes it can mess up with this flow. So
Mm.
to ensure that you are picking up things, you need to be attentive. And
Mm.
if you don't sleep well, you
Mm.
would not be able to do
Mm.
that. That's really important
Mm.
that you are well rested and fresh enough to take the test. Yeah, so thank you so much, Mahish. It was lovely having this chat with you. And thank you so much for all the insights that you've shared with everyone. We have learned a lot from you. And I would like to wish you all the very best for your move to Australia. And one last time, thank you again for your precious time.
Likewise, Sanjit, I won't say all those things. Just copy and paste back to you. Thank you so much for your time and
Yeah.
considering giving me this chance and considering me um, like a person who could like share thoughts with the viewers. Considering giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this video with as many people as you can so that they can understand what kind of mistakes they should be avoiding and how they should be strategizing their preparation for the IELTS test. See ya.